Welcome to Climate and Community, a podcast series where we discuss the connection between community media and climate action. My name is Siobhan Hull, and this podcast is supported by the SM Segal Foundation, a not-for-profit organization working towards rural development and empowerment, and it is being produced under the mentorship of Ms. Pooja Murata. In recent years, climate change has increasingly been recognized as a key area of concern. In fact, taking action against climate change is the UN's 13th Sustainable Development Goal. But how is this information being communicated to average people? In this podcast series, we will interview community radio leaders and other experts to better understand the role of community media in communicating about climate change. Today, we are joined by Ms. Gayathri Usman, the station head of ConnectClimate Radio in Pamban Island. I was wondering if we could start by you just briefly introducing yourself and explaining your work.
Okay. My name is Gayathri. I'm working for ConnectClimate Community Radio as a station head from past 2018. I'm working here as a station head. And before that, I was a radio person. I'm a radio person. I am into radio field from 2008. Earlier, I used to work for commercial radio. Now I'm working for community radio.
Okay, so you've been in radio for a long time. What do you think is the biggest strength of community radio? What drew you to switch over to working in community radio?
Whatever I know about radio, yes, of course, I have learned it from commercial radios. And whatever I'm exploring is in community radio because I have the freedom to explore. And I think working closely with the community gives us a lot of knowledge, and there is a lot of learning process in it. Like working in a commercial radio is like watching cricket from our hall. Working in a community radio is like watching cricket or like playing cricket on the ground. And it is like we have a motto in India for community radios is for the people and by the people. But in commercial radios, no, it is not like that.
Do you see climate change being incorporated into community radio programs?
Yes, we handle 4 SDGs, that is SDG 3, SDG 4, SDG 13, and SDG 14. SDG 13 and 14 is interconnected. Climate change and life below water. We work for climate action, and yes, as a community radio here, we are located on the shore, and our complete livelihood is based on the sea and fishing. The people who live in the mountains and people who live in the shores, seashores, they see they face the issues of climate. They won't know that it is because of climate change, or they won't know it is because of climate action, but they are the one who witness the problems, and they are the first victims.
Well, so do you have any examples of programs that you've run that have dealt with climate change?
Yes, we have a show called Samudram Palagu, that is Get Used to the Sea, where the RJ speaks about, the RJ goes to the shore in the morning. He gets information from the fishermen, like how was the fishing, or like what was the weather, like what was, like whether it is rough or something like nice and all. It was favorable, and then he collects information from the ground itself directly, and then we get informations from the fishery departments, Tamil Nadu fishery department, on subsidy schemes, or like what is alternative sustainability methods. So we talk about, like, for example, to dry a dry fish. Here they don't have the habit of drying the dry fish on a thread or on a mat. They have the habit of drying the dry fish on the sand itself, on the sea sand itself. So what happens is the dry fish, it loses its quality for export. So we will not be able to export, or we will not be able to sell it for a good amount of money, which is worth more than the amount of what they are selling actually right now. So we give ideas on those things. Like people conduct a workshop. In one workshop, I learned that like we'll have to collect information on like 30 years ahead. Like right now we are in 2020, and we should collect data about like how a seashore was during 1990s or 1980s, how it was at those times. with the data of 30 years only, we will be able to know like what change has really happened. In that case, we started to talk to people and all, and like what sea fishes are not here nowadays. Earlier, what fishes we used to get. Now, what fishes we are not getting. Earlier, they used to fish for only 8 hours or 10 hours, and then they used to get a lot of fishes. But now they are fishing for if they fish for 24 hours, they don't get the catch as they used to get before. So all the major problem of climate change, what we feel is like our human activities.
Wow, those sound like amazing programs.
Thank you.
I'll tell you too that I've heard from other people about a program that you did with the sea turtles. This is something that multiple people have referenced as a wonderful program. Could you tell me a little bit about that one too?
What happens is like when we are doing such kind of programs, we heard that people are eating sea turtle meat. There is a myth in our locality that if you eat sea turtles meat, you will get the muscles, hard muscles like steroid injections, things. You will get good muscles. So he felt bad, and we wanted to do something about it. And we spoke about this to a parent organization, Nesakarangal Charitable Trust, and the trust decided to give a prize to whoever saves the sea turtle. So what we did is like we started to announce on the radio that if you are saving a sea turtle while fishing, if you get a sea turtle on your net, if you take your time, because since they are there on the sea for only 24 hours, each and every minute is so precious for them to bring a good catch. So they don't actually consider about the things what is coming on their net or saving them. No, they think about their business. That's all. So what we started to do is like we said that we will give you 1,000 rupees if you save the sea turtle, and also we will give you a certificate as Kadal Kapan, that is a sea saver. With that, we started to get response. Now, as far as till date, we have saved 20 sea turtles.
That's so exciting, and it's great to hear that you're seeing tangible results from your programs. What do you think makes a program about climate change successful?
Involving people, talking to people, going into the community and talking to the people, talking to them about their own beliefs, talking to them that like why being a fisherman, being born and brought up here on the shore, why do they feel like going and throwing the waste onto the sea? Why do they accumulate all the waste and make the seashore as a dustbin? Why do they why don't they feel like cleaning it up like their house, because that is the place of their work. That's their workplace. That is their that is the field where they get money from. They're living from. And I think involving people and involving younger generation, especially school kids, that makes a lot of impact than speaking to the elders, because they are the future generation.
So do you have thoughts then about how climate change should be approached by community media in the future, or do you have any recommendations for how to continue addressing climate change?
Yes. Now we are talking to people and we are doing the small initiative, sea turtle saving things and all. But as a community radio, community media, what we can do is we can talk more about the policy of the government to the people, what they are doing and how it can be changed, and how important it is to go and participate in those kind of meetings when they are conducting those kind of meetings. Because whenever a policy is created, they are conducting a meeting, but public is the one who is not attending it. If they are going to do a policy making meeting, a meeting for the policy making, people should go and attend it. So a community media will help them, because a mass media will not cover these kind of informations. A mass media has a lot more to do with their TRP and their ratings and other stuffs. But a community media doesn't have anything. Our main work is this. Our main work is for the community.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gayathri, for speaking with us. Today, we heard how a community radio is able to create programs by and for the fishing community, and we saw several examples of how climate change is being addressed at the local level. The key is to create avenues for active participation and Kadelo Sai has done exactly that. Thank you for listening to this episode of Climate and Community.